today we're talking about deliverance again. We're talking about spirits of infirmity. Okay, so if you have your deliverance manual, definitely you're going to want to get that, okay? Because I want to walk you through some things in the like, how do we do this? How do we help people? I better be careful, right? Because there's wolves out there. This is not professional MD medical advice, okay? just everybody's clear on that, right? This isn't professional MD medical advice. Okay, with that out of the way, that disclaimer out of the way, Matthew 18:16 says this: when evening had come, they brought to Yeshua many who were demon possessed. He casted out the spirits with the word and healed all who were sick. And it came that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, he himself took our infirmities and bore our sicknesses. If you're not familiar with the word infirmity, it just means a weakness of the flesh, something that's out of balance, of homeostasis. Some things out of balance, some things out of whack, some things diseased, weak, lame, crippled. Something's not right with your physical body. Could be pain. It could be a disorder, a chemical imbalance, hormonal imbalance, anything that's not right that's causing symptoms. It says Yeshua took our infirmities. So how do we become like Yeshua? How do we do the things that he did here? Notice the order. And I follow this order. Kim follows this order. When we do deliverance, this is the order that we follow. We cast the spirits out with the word, then we do the healing command prayers. We do command prayers. Casting out the spirits, then we go in for the kill. For the kill. We kill the demon, then we go in for the restoration, okay? Does that make sense? We heal anyway. We can there's wolves listening. We cast the spirits out with the word, okay? And then we go in and boom, boom, boom. So with Luke 13, here we go. This also is something that we can pay attention to. It's a pattern. We follow the pattern. Again, we want to be doing business like Yeshua did business. That's how we do business, guys. We do things the way that our master does things. Luke 13:10. Now he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath. And behold, there was a woman who had a spirit of infirmity 18 years and was bent over and could in no way raise herself up. But when Jesus saw her, he called her to him and said to her, woman, you are loosed from your infirmity. And he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight and glorified God. But the ruler of the synagogue answered with indignation because Jesus had healed on the Sabbath. And he said to the crowd, there are 6 days on which men ought to work, therefore come and be healed on them, not on the Sabbath day, right? This is such a demonic manifestation of a religious pride spirit, that religious Pharisee spirit, man. This is really so ridiculous, right? The Lord then answered him and said, hypocrite, does not each one of you on the Sabbath loose his ox or donkey from the stall and lead it away to water it? And basically he said, hey, this woman needs to be healed. So I really like the Matthew 8. This is my pattern here. And I recommend that this be also the pattern that you follow. But sometimes, and this is where you got to let the Holy Spirit lead you. Sometimes you just give the command prayer. Sometimes you just give the command. There's no, how should I say this? There's no demonic entity that needs to be rebuked or casted out. Okay? You just go in and you go in with the command prayer, just like Yeshua did. Because he's given us this authority. He's given us this authority. Okay, guys? Hopefully that makes sense. He's given us this authority. This isn't, I always talk about, what is it? Matthew 18? No, Mark 16. I'm sorry. Mark 16. I talk about this often, but Mark 16 says, hey, you guys are going to have signs. These signs are going to follow anyone who believes in the name of Yeshua. And we believe in the name of Yeshua, therefore these signs follow us. Signs to heal. Signs to cast out demons. Signs to do all kinds of cool stuff. Tread serpents, right? They follow anyone who believes, is what the scriptures say. And I believe that's all I have. I want to show you guys something from the Deliverance Manual. I think that's all I have as far as scriptures for today. So remember what I showed you from Matthew 8. Matthew 8, right? Remember what I showed you, that he would command the spirits out with a word, and then he healed all who were sick. Matthew 8:16 is powerful when we're talking about disease. And I've talked about this before, guys. What is disease? What is it? Well, we talked about it last week. Remember? Curses. A disease is a curse. It is. It's not something you'd find in the Garden of Eden. Okay. Now, yes, can some kind of a sickness or infirmity give God glory? Yeah, 100%. It absolutely can. He might be using something for his glory. Paul said, hey, I want to have this thorn in my side removed, God. He said he prayed 3 times and it still was never removed from him. That's what Paul said. That's what Paul said. And so that's just the way it is sometimes. Maybe something can be used for his glory, but we have to recognize that it's not Garden of Eden perfection, right? A disease or infirmity is a curse, generally speaking. And so what we do is we find out, okay, is this appointed to me or not? Like, does God want me to be free from this or not? And you can find the answer to that really quickly. We go in, we command the spirits out. But you hear, remember what we talked about last week? You have to renounce the curse first. So I used to have allergies as a young kid. I had allergies all the time. Guys, I was on a breathing machine. When I was 10, 11, 12, 13, I was like on a breathing machine. And I was bedridden for a huge chunk of like certain months of the year. I was bedridden. But yeah, I mean, look at me now, right? I'm totally fine. I don't have asthma. It did go away kind of as I got older. I was never the person that always had an inhaler, but let me just share what happened with me. Okay, this is my own personal testimony. Oh, it kind of came and went. This allergies thing, wheezing, I couldn't breathe, I'm always coughing things up, right? That's how I was for a really long time. Even 2020, 2021. Living here where I live, there's a lot of sagebrush and things that apparently I was allergic to. Well, I started learning deliverance, understanding deliverance in 2022. Guess what I did? One of the first things I did. Any spirit of allergies, I renounce having allergies. You renounce it first. We break the curse first. I renounce having allergies. I renounce having wheezing. I renounce having any asthma. I don't know why this is happening, Yeshua, but I cancel this in your mighty name. I cancel this curse over me in Yeshua's mighty name. I don't identify with this. The power of this is broken. It has no power over me. Absolutely no power. I don't even know why this is happening. I don't even know why I'm having any symptoms. It's just so weird. Because you said you're going to give me life more abundantly, and you start breathing life into it. Start breathing life into it in the situation. And then command the demonic spirit out. Any spirit of allergies, I said, right? Come out in the name of Yeshua. And what happened? Well, started dry heaving and manifesting and gagging right there. It was a demonic spirit that was making me think that that curse was something that I had to carry for the rest of my life. And it wasn't. Allergies was not, and asthma was not something that I had to live with. Both of them were connected. So I commanded allergies and I commanded asthma out, any spirit of asthma. And there was manifestations there. And here's the interesting thing. I commanded that I would be made whole and restored, and it didn't happen right away. And what the Father revealed to me through prayer, through a lot of different things in my walk is, oh, I just need to make sure that I'm restoring my gut health, because a lot of allergic stuff actually comes from the gut. It stems from gut health. I'm like, okay, cool. I started doing certain things. I started making sure I wasn't having, processed sugars and stuff like that, or exposing myself to all kinds of stuff, like all kinds of different little things. And I was really cool with that. No wheezing, no issues since then. Guys, I don't sleep hardly, like, ever since the war broke out in Israel on October 7th, I didn't sleep for 2 nights. And then last night, I didn't sleep till 12:45 because I have things to do, guys. I do work 12 to 14 hours, right? I work hard. It's just my lifestyle, the way it is right now, with animals, with what I'm doing with building, with everything that I do. I have to be up late just working. And so in the past 3 days, I've only had maybe a night and a half worth of sleep in 3 days. And it used to be that I would get a lot of wheezing and inflammation even from that, because that, like, when you don't sleep, your body gets a lot of inflammation. Even in those situations, my body's not manifesting those allergy or asthma type symptoms anymore, guys. So I testify to you that Yeshua set me 100% free from asthma and 100% free from allergies. I commanded the demonic spirits out first, then I commanded the healing, and then I started actually doing things with my diet and making sure I was not having low pH, sugary carbonated drinks or energy drinks or stuff like that. That's what helped me. I started doing certain things and I realized, oh my goodness, my gut is like normalizing. And That's how I was able to get rid of it once and for all. So, but when you have to see what I mean, it's a process though. What most people do is they shove the demonic and spirit of infirmity to the side. Oh yeah, that's not real. And then they don't command the healing. Oh whatever, that's foolishness. And then all they do is just focus on their diet. And yeah, you're gonna see some benefits there. You know what I mean? Having a good, balanced, healthy diet, yeah, it'll help. Eat clean, like the Torah says. Eat clean, boom. You're gonna have benefits, blessings. But you have to address the spiritual first. Then the diet stuff can actually be effective. And see, this is the key ingredient, guys, that so many people don't know. So many people have no clue about this. They go straight to the diet and they don't look at the spiritual. That's where the new age, well, not maybe not the new age people. Well, yeah, the new age people, because they're not calling on Yeshua. The new age try to do the whole spiritual stuff and then they go to the diet. But most Westerners, right? Most people that are just like, oh, I'm trying to have a paleo or keto or whatever health fad diet, whatever they're doing, right? I'm not bashing, by the way. If you want to do some dieting stuff, I'm not bashing. I'm just saying people hyperly focus, like the average American that doesn't have Yeshua, they're godless, they don't even follow God. All they do is focus on like, okay, maybe this diet, maybe a no grain diet, maybe it's gluten, maybe it's this and this and this and this and this, and they just end up taking like 50,000 supplements a day, and they start doing all these things, and most likely it's just a demon and a curse that needs to be broken, and that's it. Then you focus on the diet stuff and you'll be, that's where the freedom is. That's where the freedom is. So um I was sharing this story before we started recording. I'll share it again. We did a deliverance call on, what was it? Whenever I don't know. It was just a couple days ago. And oh my gosh, I was up late. It was hard, man. It was hard. I only slept like 30 minutes to an hour. I woke up out of bed, got on this deliverance call. Guys, it was one of the most powerful ones that I've ever been a part of and privileged to be a part of. It was so amazing. And this brother, like I was telling you guys, this person, I'm not going to say their name, had some kind of a predisposition to cancer through genetics. And this has never happened, okay? The Holy Spirit was like, cast the blood demon out. I'm like, what? That's a thing? And I know it's in the manual. Blood disorders, right? But I've never been told, command that unclean spirit of blood infirmity to come out in Yeshua's name. I did. It manifested. It left. It was amazing. That's a new one, guys. That's a new one for me. That's uncharted territory for me. Okay. So, and I'm really curious to see how that person does going into the future. Because I know the power that was present. And it was amazing. It was amazing. So with that said, guys, I want to open up the floor. Do we have any comments or questions on spirits of infirmity? How Yeshua commanded healing, casting out the spirit, healing second. Do we have any questions on these types of things? And I skipped one verse that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I skipped if you guys have questions, jump on in here, but I do want to share this. And it happened when he was in a certain city. Behold, a man was full of leprosy that saw Yeshua, a man that was full of leprosy, and he fell on his face and implored him, saying, Lord, if you're willing, you can make me clean. He put out his hand and touched him, saying, I am willing, be cleansed. And immediately the leprosy left him. So laying on of hands is also another way, right? Speaking a word. This was a word over the phone, right? Most recently, I told you the whole blood demon left. That was over the phone. It could be the laying on of a hand. We see this in the book of Acts all the time. There's no limit to how God wants to do things. So jump on phone calls. With people, guys. People need deliverance so badly. You don't necessarily have to physically touch them. What's interesting about this particular account is that this would make Yeshua unclean and Yeshua would become a leper. Leprosy is highly contagious, but this is the King of Kings, guys. There's no sin in him. There's no curse on him. He's the curse breaker. So he was able to touch a leper and cleanse the leper. How much more so do you think that we have this kind of authority? He said, go and do these types of things in my name. You're going to be a witness for me. And this is why people laugh at Christianity, they laugh at the church, they laugh at believers, because they don't walk with power and authority. They don't do the things in the Bible. It's unbelievable, right? That's what the people of this world, they're like, well, God can't be real because I don't see anything about him in you. Why would the Bible be true? And the way of truth has been blasphemed because of many false teachers coming and saying that we have no authority. I have made believers out of a lot of people by teaching them casting out demons and performing that command prayer for restoration and release of infirmities. Man, I've made believers out of a lot of people. They're like, I cannot believe that were just able to do that. What was that? Are you kidding me? My brothers and sisters, this is how we do business for the kingdom. This is how you go and you actually demonstrate the love of God to people. Love, yes, it's something that we say. It's something that we do with our actions. And let me tell you something. Showing his power off, like Kim said, showing his power off is one of the prime time ways that we show that we are his, that we love people, that we care enough to wash their feet, spiritually speaking. This is the type of thing that brings our Father great honor and great pleasure. He is happy to see his servants doing this type of thing.